Hello and welcome to Spotlight on Wawarsing. My name is Donald Odom. Today I'm with Katie Sheelan Lopez and Binto Hines from Cornell Cooperative Extension. How are you guys?
Good, thank you for having us.
Now you guys are here for the Eat Smart New York program, right?
Yes.
So what is Eat Smart New York?
So Eat Smart New York is a federally funded program where we encourage low-income families to adopt healthy eating habits so that they can have a productive life. We do this by doing nutrition education around the community. So that's one way we do that. And our strategies focus on increasing fruits and vegetables, reducing the amount of sugar sweetened beverages that an individual might take in, and increasing physical activity as well. So that's one aspect that we do. And we use the My Plate design that we have here. And you guys have probably seen this around, probably at school. So half your plate should be fruits and vegetables. We really encourage that. The other thing that we do is policy, system, and environmental changes. So we help the environment support that nutrition education.
Could you explain that a little bit further? What you mean by policy and systems and environmental change?
Katie, do you want to do that?
Yes. So policy systems and environmental change are basically making a change in anywhere in the community so that it's easier to make a healthy choice. So if we do nutrition education and convince someone that yes, they should eat more vegetables, but if they go out into the community and there's very few options for shopping for fruits and vegetables or getting healthy food to take out, then it's really hard to make that healthy decision. So our job is to, in addition to the education, help make changes that foster healthy decision making. So an example of that might be in a school, helping the food service market the healthy food a little bit more and make it more encouraging for kids to take. Or maybe having a healthy meeting policy at an organization that has a lot of meetings. So we're not eating donuts and junk food at meetings, we're really supporting healthy decisions.
Gotcha. So can you explain what SNAP is?
So SNAP is actually also known as food stamps, so you may have heard that term. And so families can use them at little stores, at supermarkets, at farmers market, though the Ellenville market does not have it, so hopefully soon. And they're like WIC or the farmers market checks that you have around. They can be used to purchase any food, so that's the difference between SNAP and WIC, for example. And one of the things they have noticed, however, is that a lot of the people who receive SNAP, their number one purchase is sugar sweetened beverages.
Now, sugar is not too good to consume too often. So, Katie, can you tell me a little bit more about that?
Sure. Well, in addition to that fact, I would also add that people that aren't using SNAP also are purchasing a lot of sugar sweetened beverages. So we don't want to put it all on people that are using
number 2 item for non-SNAP household.
Yes, yeah, so it's not great. And I think we all know that we shouldn't eat too much sugar, but maybe we don't quite know why. One big reason is eating too much sugar and all those extra calories, if you're not burning them off, they're going to get stored as extra weight, which can lead to other health problems. And also, it's very bad for our teeth. I know I, for one, do not like going to the dentist. And long-term, eating too much sugar can lead to diabetes. So maybe pre-diabetes or diabetes, both of them are when you have too much sugar in your blood and it's very hard on your body, and there's lots of health effects from that. And a lot of people know someone, if they don't have diabetes themselves, they might have a friend or a family member that has diabetes. And also there's a lot of people walking around that have really high blood sugar, but they just don't know it yet. Because you might not have any symptoms, but it's very serious. And so what we want to do is encourage people to eat and drink less sugar. So I'm going to talk about this a little bit more. One of the main places we get our sugar is from drinks. So I have our nice bottle of soda here as a demonstration. And a question often comes up is, well, what's too much sugar? And the very most recent dietary guidelines from the USDA say that we shouldn't eat more than 10% of our calories from added sugar. And what that means for most of us is somewhere around 12 teaspoons of sugar in a day. And so just using this as an example, I'm going to show you how much sugar is in here. If we look on the label says there is 29 grams of sugar in a serving. But there's 6 servings in this whole bottle. So if I drink this whole bottle in a day,
That's a lot of sugar.
it's a lot of sugar, right?
Yeah.
So it's 6 times about 30. It's 180 grams.
That's a lot.
It's a lot. But if I want to think about, well, how much sugar is that really? We don't know. Like, what's a gram of sugar? We're going to find out. So there's a little math involved, but it's pretty simple. What you want to do is divide by 4, and that'll tell you the number of teaspoons. I did this math ahead of time, so you don't have to watch me with your calculator. But if we divide by 4 and then also take into account the number of servings, there's about 43 teaspoons of sugar.
So we'll be here for a while.
Yes. I also figured out it's about a cup. Okay. So I'm going to take a shortcut. Unless you want to watch me spoon out 43 teaspoons of sugar. So...
A little spillage there.
Yes.
That's okay. Well, that's bonus sugar. Okay, so something like this. I'm going to pour this. Okay. That's if I drink an entire 2-liter bottle of soda. Doesn't have to be Sierra Mist. It could be,
anything.
Mostly
Anything.
any soda. And believe it or not, there are plenty of people walking around that do drink a lot of soda. Maybe some of us are drinking a smaller bottle a day. Some of us drinking more than this. Whatever it is, the more we can cut back, the better. Because this are 43 or so teaspoons. And remember, the most we should have in a day is 12. So we're way over, and we didn't eat anything else yet. So sugar does kind of sneak in other ways. It's not just our soda. There's a lot of foods that have a lot of added sugar. So here's a couple examples. Peanut butter. I think we might all eat peanut butter and not really think of it as a sweet food, but there's about a teaspoon of added sugar per serving here. Salad dressing, another one, is something we don't think of as sweet, but if you look at the ingredients, you might see sugar or high fructose corn syrup.
It's hidden in there somewhere.
It's exactly, and it's hidden. That's the thing. So we might think of this as something we put on our very virtuous vegetables, but we're also adding about a teaspoon of sugar. So you would never take a salad and then pour some sugar on it.
Yeah.
Nah. Hopefully not. But that's
there has to be someone out there.
Who doesn't?
There probably is.
At least they know they're doing it. It's another thing when you don't know that it's happening, right?
Yes. And that's a really good point. So you might not know this is happening. So what you can do, if you're not sure about if there is added sugar in a food or a drink, the very best way to know is to flip it over and look at this list of ingredients. And if you see anything that says sugar or has the word syrup or anything that ends with ose, that's a sugar. So fructose, high fructose corn syrup, glucose, lactose, all of those are sugars. So anything that ends with ose. Okay, here's another thing we think of as healthy. It's a cereal bar. Might think, okay, this looks healthy. It's green. It has a heart on
I
it.
know, the heart makes you think you're doing great things.
Yes. And it says it helps lower cholesterol. It says naturally sourced cholesterol reducer, good source of whole grain. There's a lot of good things here, but what it's not telling you is that there is added sugar.
Oh, yeah.
And in fact, if we look on the label,
14 grams.
14 grams. So how many teaspoons?
Of divided by 4. What is
Sorry,
it?
I'm putting you.
3, 4.
Yeah, 3.5. Okay, I'm gonna A+ for your math. I'll call your math teacher. So if we get our 3.5, let's say 3 teaspoons from this, we get a teaspoon from our salad, a teaspoon from our peanut butter. Oh, we didn't even get to our yogurt yet. We're already at 5 teaspoons for the day out of our 12. Okay, we're gonna use some yogurt in our recipe, but yogurt, again, something that's marketed as a really healthy food. And in fact, there's a lot of added sugar in almost any flavored yogurt.
Yeah, that's a lot.
What's the number
I
here?
think that's 33 grams
33 grams.
per serving. That's 1 cup.
Exactly, per serving. So
So-
that's our 1 cup serving, which is this much. Now, the trick here is that some of this sugar is occurring naturally in the milk that we use to make the yogurt. It's hard to know how much. So I'm going to look at this very exact same yogurt, same brand, same everything. But on the label here, the plain has 17 grams of sugar. So we'd have to do a little bit of math here, but basically we have an extra 16 teaspoons of sugar in 1 cup of this. So an extra 4 spoons of sugar, which in something that you think of as a health food is quite a lot. So it sneaks up on you in little ways, and it's really, really easy to get over 12 in a day. Because this is just a few things. We didn't even talk about other foods, desserts, anything we think of as treats. So it's always good to kind of maybe look at the label and think, all right, is there any unnecessary sugar in here that I could cut out? In fact, we're going to show you a healthy recipe that we have modified to have no added sugar. So Bintu's going to cook for us.
I'll be the cook.
And this is an ambrosia salad recipe, which it's kind of an old recipe. And have you ever had it before?
Never.
Never heard of it?
Never heard of it.
Usually people, everyone has their own recipe, but usually it has marshmallows, it has Cool Whip. My mom used to make it with a packet of orange Jello. Maraschino cherries, what else?
Grapes. What else?
Grapes. Cool Whip. I said Cool Whip.
Yeah.
Lots of sugary stuff. So we took all of this and we made it a little bit healthier. Oh, and coconut.
Coconut.
Yes.
Coconut. All right, so what do we have?
Okay, so our first ingredient here is a can of pineapple chunks.
There you go, pineapple chunks going in.
And when we bought our pineapple, this is the can from pineapple. And with any canned fruit, you want to make sure when you're looking at the label, it says that it's in juice. If
Okay.
it says it's in syrup, light syrup, heavy syrup,
There's added
anything,
sugar.
syrup, yes, added sugar. So we want juice, and that's natural sugar, which we're not going to worry as much about. It's still sugar, but it's better than added sugar. Same thing with our mandarin oranges.
Mandarin oranges in 100% juice.
Yep.
Yay. So we're going to go ahead and add that. Okay. What's next, Miss Katie?
Okay. Oh, a banana.
Oops.
Ooh,
So we're gonna slice one banana.
some rollage.
Yeah.
Yes. We don't want our pineapple juice to drip all over the table.
That would not be good.
And this is the only thing you actually have to chop. Everything else is already chopped up and in a can. So it's pretty easy. You don't even have to use a sharp knife. You can use a
Butter knife.
Regular knife.
Yeah. It's very
5-year-old can
kid-friendly.
make this.
So then after our banana, we're going to put in about 1.5 cups of grapes.
Okay.
These gloves are
not,
high tech.
yes, they're not working good for me.
Yeah.
But that's okay. All right,
You're
great.
getting there.
1.5 cups.
Yes.
Is this just about that
Sure.
down in there?
And I'd say this is the kind of recipe where we don't have to be completely exact with our measurements. So just,
Or just enough so we can stir it
yeah.
in there. Okay.
And grapes can get expensive, but I did happen to get these on sale for 99 cents a pound, which is
Nice.
pretty good for grapes. It's really easy to drop $8 on a bag of grapes. If you are on a fixed budget, you can leave out the grapes. I've done that and it's just as good. Oh, and the coconut. The coconut flakes, most of the time when you find coconut flakes, they're sweetened, so there's a lot of added sugar. You can find unsweetened coconut. I know ShopRite does have unsweetened coconut, but it's in the health food aisle, not in the baking aisle with the rest of the coconut. So you have to hunt for it a little
do a
bit,
little bit.
but it's there. And if you can't find it in a pinch, you can use sweetened coconut.
About third of a cup.
Yep.
Kind of looks like Parmesan cheese.
Ooh,
Yes.
yeah.
Flaked and dried up. And then we're gonna get to our yogurt. So the original recipe for this, we have the vanilla yogurt, but
It's
we
sweet.
decided,
We're not gonna
why bother with all that extra sugar? We're gonna go with plain.
do that. It says about 8 ounces. I'm gonna use the spoon.
Yes.
Spoon it in.
And you can always, most of these ingredients you can eyeball. It's pretty hard to mess up this recipe. I have not done it yet. And you could also,
There's no heating element involved.
no
Yes.
heating element,
That's the good
no
part.
precise
Setting the
measurements.
house on fire.
And if first maybe you don't like pineapple, for example, so you
Leave
could
it out.
leave out the pineapple and maybe substitute something else. So if you take out one ingredient and you want to switch something around, what you want to do is substitute something that's in the same food group. So if you take out pineapple, you would want to put in another fruit. You took out, there's probably not that much else you could take out. But just for any recipe, you would want to take out a vegetable and put in cheese, for example. Because then you're changing the nutrition of it. Okay, so because we're using not vanilla yogurt but plain, we want to add that vanilla flavor. So we'll add a little bit of vanilla. And a little bit goes a long way for vanilla. So maybe a teaspoon is about right.
There you go. Vanilla's in.
And that's it. And then we stir it together. And since we have a bunch of things that we normally associate with sweet, like vanilla and coconut, we don't really need that extra sugar because you taste these things and you think you're eating something sweet. So it's a little bit of a way to trick your brain. There's plenty of sugar in here from the fruit already, so we don't need to pile it on.
Add anymore.
No
Yep.
marshmallows in here.
Right, our original recipe had marshmallows, it had the vanilla
Cool Whip, right? You
yogurt.
said Cool Whip, orange,
Cool Whip.
Jello. You said your mother put in.
Exactly. So, we're able to save at least, let me do some math in my head here, at least 9 grams of sugar per serving. And that's from what's kind of an already healthy version of this. If we had the Jello and all that.
Third of the calories is lost too.
Yeah, so this, one serving of this has 93 calories and 18 grams of sugar. So there's still plenty of sugar here, but it's all coming from the fruit and from the yogurt. The original version of this recipe had 150 calories and 27 grams of sugar. So we're gonna have someone taste it and see how we like it. Have any takers?
Yeah, just keep it.
There you go.
Okay. Travis, right?
Trevor.
Trevor, I was very close.
Thank you.
And we like people to be honest when they taste our food. If you don't like it, you
You could say it.
Honestly, this is really good.
Okay.
What's this a good alternative for?
A good alternative for the original recipe that had the Cool Whip and the
All that stuff?
marshmallows. Yes.
Those are-
So it's similar but less sugar.
This is great.
Add sugar. Thank you. I'm glad you
you.
like it. So it's a nice healthy recipe. You can make it in a big huge batch. This would be good for a party. I've served this to kids who eat ice cream every day, and
you
so
do
they like it.
How long does
So-
it last for?
Well, with any food you prepare like this, you don't want to leave it in the fridge for longer than 4 to 5 days. After that, you increase the risk of, foodborne illness. So you'd want to keep it in the refrigerator for sure, and for not more than 4 or 5 days.
Gotcha. All right, perfect. So any last things we want to touch on?
Have anything else?
Anything else? Be active. We talked about fruits and vegetables and sugar sweetened beverages. 30 minutes
And to
of
try to
activity.
stick to this diagram.
Yes, as much as you can. Half your plate should be fruits and vegetables every day if you can.
And this is a great way to get a full serving of fruits and
Fruits and
vegetables.
And I think we will have the ingredients list after the show.
Yes.
All right. So
And
nothing else, guys? Oh.
I do. So the source for this recipe is the USDA Mixing Bowl. It's a website through the USDA that has lots and lots of different recipes. There's about 700, and they have all the nutrition facts on them. So if you're looking for specific nutrition information, that's a good place to go to get recipes. I would also add what's missing from here. If you're someone that drinks a lot of soda, I'm going to say, we all say no soda, but we have to drink something. So a good alternative is
Water.
water. There's no water on
There's no
here
water in there.
because it's not really a food, it's just water. But we do want to drink plenty of water, and it's great. Carry around a water bottle. If you always have it with you, you're always going to have water to drink, and then you won't have as much of a need to drink this sugary soda. And you will get used to having less sweet stuff over time.
After a while of doing it.
Yes.
Get used to it.
And the only last thing I would add is, so I work all around Ulster County, and I often do workshops for free in the Ellenville area and the Kingston area. So often I'm at the library, maybe Ulster BOCES. So if you see my event on a calendar anywhere, please come to a class and we can learn more about food and drink and physical activity and eat some delicious food together.
Perfect. All right, thanks so much. Their contact information should be at the end of the show. All right, thank you guys so much for watching Spotlight on Wawarsing, and join us next time.